Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. I know in a post previously I said I was going to do the Love Cup, but I did run out of time today, and the only footage I could get is of me battling in the Master League. But I haven't put out a video in a while, so I thought I'd go ahead and do that. Today's highlight is the Volcanion that I actually used my golden bottle cap on when I got it, and he's not quite maxed, but he's high enough that I'm able to use him, and he really is. He's the perfect anti-meta pick against like the Zacians and the Kyarms and the Zamazenta. And Ho-Oh. He's just really good into those. Today we'll have him partnered with my maxed out Dawn Wings Necrozma and my Togekiss, which is actually a pretty awful Togekiss. It's pretty sure it's 0 stars. So IVs aren't great, but it gets the job done. In the battles here, I anticipate an Ice Burn, but unfortunately it's only a Fusion Flare and I block it, and they switch in their Zacian, which means Togekiss is pretty much dead. He's got no real play here against the Zacian with the super effective fast move. He can try to get off Aura Sphere after Aura Sphere, but eventually Zacian will be able to take the knockout with the Behemoth Blade. But this is the perfect time to bring in Volcanion because of he quad resists the Metal Claw and the Behemoth Blade, so close combat's the only thing that he can do damage with, and he doesn't even get one off. In comes the Groudon, and apparently Hydro Pump isn't a very common move, so most people don't think that I have it, and it one-shots him, which was awesome to see. Now here, I tried to catch, but I was mid-incinerate, and I was just on autopilot, so I blocked it, even though it was a Fusion Flare. I definitely should not have blocked that. I should have just let it go through, as it is also quad-resisted. But we can also get the final shield here. I try to once again catch the Fusion Flare, but again I'm locked into an Incinerate. But that's fine, because that doesn't even kill, and I can finally switch to Necrozma and take him out with some Shadow Claws. That one was a lot closer than it should have been. I wasn't playing at my best today. You'll see some battles later today where I wasn't doing great. Hopping into the next battle here, we're going to be against the Palkia. And I do have Outrage specifically for Dragon types. It's nice because it's faster than Moongeist Beam, so if I'm going against anyone that's like counting the Shadow Claws, they're not going to suspect an Outrage or they'll just suspect a Dark Pulse, and they're not inclined to think it's a Moongeist Beam either if they're counting. But I guess no one in the 2200 ELO range is counting. It's okay, I don't either. Here I switch to my Togekiss, and they switch into Ho-Oh, which is very, very bad. I considered having Aura Sphere on my Togekiss, but this is the recommended moveset, so I'm rolling with it. I'm in Ancient Power. We're able to bring in our Volcanion here, and we're going to let this go through, even if it is a Brave Bird. Yeah, it hurts, but that's really our only choice. If we were to shield up a Sacred Fire there, it wouldn't have been great. Earth Power is able to take him out, though. Brings in a Kyurem, and it's pretty much over from here. The drawback of having Outrage on my Necrozma is that it's just too long to get to a move. I'm not going to be able to get to 2 Outrages in the time it takes him to kill me to farm me down with Dragon Breath. And at this point, the writing's on the wall, and I end up top lefting after this. He even lets it go through, but there's an entire Palkia left, so it's just wraps. Alright, now we're going to be heading into the third battle of the video, and we're going to have a Florges lead, which is a neutral lead. Unfortunately, we can't go for the Outrage here, so it is one more Shadow Claw to the Moongeist Beam. But they switch in their Melmetal, so this is the perfect time for us to switch in our Volcanion. And unfortunately, the Rock Slide is going to do a lot of damage, but they actually throw the Thunderbolt instead, which I wasn't expecting. I haven't seen a Melmetal in a long time, but back when they were around, they didn't really have Thunderbolt. Anyway, he's blocking the Earth Power, and I'm going to block this, which I anticipate to be an actual Rock Slide this time, but it's a double Iron Bash. I probably would have survived that, but I wouldn't have had enough to get off this second Earth power to win the switch advantage or get the other shield. We do end up getting the other shield, so now I've got a Necrozma that's almost 100% full on energy, which is not something that you want to see as the opponent, especially down 2 shields. They bring in their Ho-Oh, and I can hit their Ho-Oh with a massive Moongeist beam and immediately switch out into my Togekiss. They bring back in their Florges, and the Chilling Water spam commences. Here's the first Chilling Water, and I'm thankfully able to get to the Dazzling Gleam before they can get to another Chilling Water. So I won't have my twice lowered attack. That does decent damage, and it looks like it was a CMP tie there, so we just barely made it. Here's Chilling Water number 2. We're just going to try to get off an Aura Sphere, because we're not going to have time for much else. Knock him down, almost dead, and it was another CMP tie, so we're able to take that with high positives. We actually survived that, but we switch into our Necrozma, and for some reason he throws an extra Incinerate. I have no idea why he did that, but that enabled us to just hit him with the Outrage and then Shadow Claw down the Florges, winning us the third battle. We're heading into the penultimate battle here, and I will get the Love Cup video out. I'll start recording it as soon as I can, and it'll be out either Wednesday or Thursday instead of Tuesday or Wednesday. This queue time is like really ridiculous too. It's like everyone's scared of me. They don't want to queue against me. Finally, we have a match here against Eternatus, which is something I haven't seen in a long time. It's a very pay-to-win Pokemon, needing like 1,000 XL candies per power-up. I ended up getting mine to like 47, but I couldn't get much higher than that because of the sheer amount of raids and the sheer amount of money I would have needed to spend. Here we can hope to hit another Outrage. It is not going to happen. People tend to shield up the Outrages pretty much every time. We can actually shield this Dynamax cannon. I don't know why he threw Flamethrower the first time. It doesn't make much sense. But this was the panic of the century. I just needed to switch to something, and I chose to switch to Togekiss against the Metagross, which really was not a good play at all, as he can just kill me with Bullet Punch. But what does end up happening here is the Metagross is going to shield this up, which actually puts me at the shield advantage. And I can just bring in my Volcanion and hit him with Incinerates, just block this likely Earthquake. See Earthquake. And then he switches into Eternatus, but I've got an Outrage stored, so I can just go ahead and hit him with that really quick. He brings back in a little bit on his Ho-Oh, which is his final Pokemon. But what he doesn't know is that I have Hydro Pump. We didn't even need to take a Brave Bird there. We just got to the Hydro Pump straight away, and this will be one-shotting their Shadow Ho-Oh. And we can just take out the Metagross, and that blunder ended up helping us because Togekiss would have had no play that battle, so getting the shield on the Metagross was the perfect scenario. Heading into our final battle of the day, this one is really close. I think this was my favorite battle all day. Let's get started against Nomadic with another Palkia lead. Same drill, we're going to try to go for the Outrage, but like every other time, it's probably not going to happen. He's going to be able to hit me with the, hopefully, Aqua Tail. If it's Spatial Rend, I lose. It is the Aqua Tail. We're going to throw the Outrage here, and we'll see if he blocks it. He does, in fact, block it, which is unfortunate. And this time, instead of switching to Togekiss, which lost me the game last time, I'm just going to let Necrozma go down and bring in Togekiss naturally. In comes Zacian, which is perfect for a Volcanion. Look how much damage Incinerate's doing, while Metal Claw is doing next to no damage. We're going to let this first close combat go through, but unfortunately, they're going to be built up to 2. That did a lot more damage than I was expecting, but we can just shield this up, and everything will be okay. Kyurem is a really bad last Pokemon, and basically all we have left is our Togekiss. We can fire an Earth Power, we can get to a second one in time, and they're going to let that go through. But now Togekiss has to beat the rest of the team. But Togekiss isn't going to go down without a fight. We're going to shield up this Fusion Bolt, and here comes the Palkia. Palkia can hit us with the Aqua Tail. I go for the Dazzling Gleam to hope that they no-shield it, thinking it's an Aura Sphere, which ends up being a mistake, because they do in fact shield it. But we can get to we have another Aura Sphere stored. We can hit them with that, and that'll just barely not knock them out. But I can switch right here into the Aqua Tail, and we successfully catch the Aqua Tail, meaning this Palkia has no more energy, and Togekiss can peck down the Kyurem just barely. And he can Aura Sphere the Palkia to win us the battle. After not doing much for the other 4 battles, he really showed up in this last battle. It makes me glad that I decided to include him on my team. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, I'll have that Love Cup video out soon, and I'll have a video covering the new season when it comes out in the coming week. I hope you all had an awesome day, and I will see you guys in the next video.